Hey everybody, it's DiveGirl Deb. Yes, made in the USA. This is some freshly harvested honey from my bees. I had some comb on top of the frames where I didn't want it, so I just took a knife and cut it all up and hung it in a sieve and got me a little bit of honey. It's very dark. Very dark. Tastes amazing though. It's good stuff. So today I'm out here in the garage and it's I think it's like about 88 degrees outside. It's actually just a little bit cooler in here because it hasn't heated up this side of the house yet. But today what I'm going to do is to extract honey, and I rarely do this. So yeah, for real, from frames. And as you can see, I've got two deep frames. Well, one's a short that they built onto, but that's fine. I just harvested these. I decided overnight that I did want to go ahead and pull it. And then I've got my leaf blower out here, and I'll go out there and just scoop those girls off. There's just a few of them out there, so I've just left them, and most of them are flying off and will return to the colony. But yesterday was the day to come out and work my colonies, and so I did that. And I pulled off a box that I need to return to my friend, and in there I've got 4 short frames that are fat with honey, and those are going to get processed. But what I did yesterday, this nice little colony that I got from my friend, the Carniolas over there, they've done a good job this season, really pretty good production. So I went through them a little bit and reorganized and kind of moved boxes around. It's a good time to like swap boxes, the bottom on the top and the top on the bottom, and then like checkerboard when they're not working areas. And then this pile over here was I had 5 frames up there. It was a big tall colony. And I didn't want any bees in it. It was empty. Those are just in storage. And they were empty. And so basically they had built a chimney about 4 boxes high, about 6 frames wide. And so I consolidated that down. And that in box was a swarm that decided to come take up residence there. They adopted that space and moved in. I'm pretty certain that they're Russians because they're pretty aggressive, and but they're very, very prolific. I mean, they do big colonies. So I took them from 5 boxes down to 3 deep ones, and that space they're about 65% full, which for early August is good because they're going to be downsizing anyway, and there's a lot of stuff still blooming here, and they can backfill those empty spaces and move resources around and get better organized for winter. But now they're more balanced and they're more compact, and they have a screen bottom now, which I really like. The other one was solid because, once again, that was all storage. So anyway, I got them scored away. So that's what these 2 frames are here in the bucket. And these guys are just pretty thick with honey. Look at that nice, beautiful capped honey there. So I will pull these in, cut them open with the hot knife, and then we'll spin them. But next, unfortunately, I gotta blow these girls off. It's okay to blow bees if you blow them in a place that's soft, where they don't break their exoskeletal. So like blow them into an object and try to use as little air as possible. So I'll blow some, get a frame clear, take it in, and then come back and get the other one and take it in, and get going here. So this is called a hot knife, and it'll heat up when it gets plugged in, and then we'll just cut the wax off. I got it sitting in a plate so I can catch the cappings in here, and it's a nice ceramic fireproof container. Use feed bag that I can just roll up and throw away when I'm done. And then when I get done with my cappings, I'll add it to this wax and then hang that again, and we'll get everything filtered out at the end of the day. And that wax will go into candles and skin products and some other things that I make. And so today we've got here a lovely 3-frame extractor. And I will put in frames and give them a spin. It'll sling that honey out on the side, which will all run down and come out this gate valve. And then I'll have my bucket here with a screen, and we'll just filter that as it goes into the bucket. And then I'll have some cleanup to do, wash this up and get it all cleaned up and send it back to my friend. And then it'll be time to bottle honey. And that's the good part at the end of the day, is to end up with some of this stuff. Because I was out. I used the very last of it when I did my hard apple cider, because I wanted a little bit of honey in there for the enzymes. All right, I'm going to set you guys up on a tripod and let you watch this a little bit. And it'll be fun. All right, let's see if I can cut these off. Might not be as hot as it needs to be yet. That's really beautiful honey. I don't think I'm hot enough yet. Oh girl, you don't want to like be there. Let's get you out of that. There we go. And then she jumps on me. Sure, some venom, huh? Blazing hot. I want to get it done. Now they say this capping wax is the best wax to use for your lip products because it's pretty pure and clean. And it's only used one round, obviously, because I only seal it once. So now I'm going to get in here and get any of these that are like below grade. Make sure those are all open up too. There we go. My glasses are getting fogged up from sweat. That's nice. Alright. Right there. Okay. You can come down here. Let's do that. Other side. This dude is heavy. It's a very heavy frame. We built this comb out a little further. Let's keep it back in there. I'm doing this backwards. Should have this going that way. Like so. Oops. There we go. That's the way you should do it. Oh, this is really looking yummy. Well, I will definitely have some honey this season, which will be really nice. Now there is a little tiny bit of drone cells here, so I'm not gonna open those. I almost left this in there, but I didn't. If I hadn't left this frame, then I would have had to go down another box again and I just didn't think that was something that I wanted to put them through stress-wise, so I thought a little bit of drone is not the end of the world. Okay. Let's just say it right there. Oh my goodness. It's a great looking frame. Yummy. All right. Into the spinner. That's good. All right, I got those two big thick ones done on those deep frames. Now these are my smaller honey supers. So they're a little bit, and I'm happy that they're pretty warm because they stayed in the garage overnight. 3 hours of sunshine and 80 degrees has warmed them up, so they should spin a little better. Beautiful honey. My cells are pretty deep on these frames because I have not harvested for a few years, so some of these are some long cells that they have going on. But that just gives you a bigger harvest, a heavier overall frame. It's probably 12 pounds, this frame. It's not all honey, but it's a lot of honey. And wax, of course. Wax is heavy. It's very dense. Okay. Oops. Move around on us. Okay. That one in. Oh, that's good. Wash my hands off. Okay, so I gotta unplug this knife real quick. I'm gonna spin those and then come back. There we are. Just gonna start spinning. It should. A little bit off balance because that one frame is not as big as the others. That's okay. I'm just going to take our time, not go too fast. Anything out? Let's have a peek. We'll see what we get. Oops. Oh, not yet. Not quite ready. But we've only got half of these frames, remember? So I'm going to spin this a little more and then I have to reverse them. Alright, I got those 3 done. I'm heating up the knife. Let's see what we got. This won't be all of it, but it'll be some. Oh, yeah, baby. Yum. Now, some of the bits of that elongated short frame came out, so there's some chunks of wax from that, I know. But, this looks great. So I can get this a little tilt and maybe look at it. Oh, there we go. That's a good amount of honey from those 3 frames. Yum. That's definitely 1.5 quarts or better. And I got 3 more to go. But those are going to be a little smaller frames. Cool. That's going to take a while to filter, looks like. Oh, it's beautiful honey. Wow. I'm excited to have honey again because I've just been on the edge of not having it. Because I like to just raise the bees for a little bit of venom, and otherwise I tend to kind of leave them alone. Wow, that looks good. It's pretty warm out here, so that'll filter down pretty quick. Let's get the other 3 done. All right, here we go. Last 3. Let's open the spigot. You can watch it come out. How about that? Because that's filtered down now. And there's probably a little left from that last bit there. Let's see what happens when we do this. Not yet. It has to run down the wall first. I'll get there. Let me spin this some more and flip them. I tell you what, this is all pure maple honey, and you can sure taste in the flavor. It tastes like, literally like maple syrup. It's a very distinctive maple flavor, and there are a lot of maples in my neighborhood, so it doesn't surprise me, but that means that this honey got brought in from the spring. So it's been here for some time. I tell you what, I probably got 1.5 gallons of honey here. It's quite a bit more than I expected. That's a nice little harvest there. Well, it ended up 6 frames, 4 the shallower supers, and then 2 of my deeps. So that's pretty awesome. That's actually probably a couple of years of honey for me. And even more important now is I'll have some honey to share with some friends, which is always welcome. More of that. So the next thing I'm going to do is literally, this seems kind of nuts, but it isn't. I'll let that sit. But I'm going to ask the bees to clean the dishes. So they will get all of this, these 10 boxes will go back to my friend, but all of these empty frames of mine will stay here, and I'll put them out, and the girls will come and they'll just lick all this clean and recover it. And all of my personal stuff, like the plate and spatula, when I get done, I'll set that outside and let the girls lick that clean as well before it goes to be washed, and that way they can recover as much as possible. The bag will go out to them and everything, and that'll give them a chance to recover that. And that's a lot of energy to them that they don't have to, you know, do. They just have to go lap it up and take it home. And so this wax here looks pretty grody, and some of these older, darker frames are going to go through the wax melter, and then I'll recover the wax from them and get them rebuilt for next season. But there's still a little bit of liquid in there they can clean up, so we'll give them a chance to clean all of that. They will go through all these wax trimmings too and lick all of the honey out of there. And then you can soak that in some water, set it aside, and use it as a little bit of culture for starting mead and things like that, is that honey water. Yeah, this bucket is full to here right now, or my finger, as you can see the line, and I've still got about a ½ inch of honey in there to go through yet, and there's still honey inside of here. So now it's time to clean up. I've got to get all the honey out of this and get that a good wash to get it back to my friend. Here comes the last drops. That honey, it's beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. Now you can see the last bits of it coming out. There's a chunk of wax there. Come on down. Alright, so I'm going to go have a little recovery time and let this drain, because time is what you need to get honey to move. It'll come back, it'll be alright. Wow, that's a good bit of honey. There's my hand. So that's easily going to be 4 inches of honey. It's a 5-gallon bucket. That's got to be a gallon of lovely, very dark maple syrupy flavored honey. This stuff is gold. Such good honey. We're so blessed here in the Northwest to have all these big maple trees. So, wow, very successful. All right, I'm going to let that sit, and we are going to come back and I'll get this washed up. And I've already cleaned up my other stuff. I put this wax back on to drip. And here outside, I gave them a couple frames with it's propped up so they can get to both sides. I get this bottom board, the bag, and the plate, and they can come and they can clean that all up in the next few days. Recover that nectar. Thank you, girls. Thank you very much. So there we go. This is my 2023 extraction, and I'm going to have a lot more to add to it here very soon. Oh, that is just beautiful honey. So yummy. Maple honey is my all-time favorite. It is so good and yummy. Yep. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. You know, I grow bees for the venom, but once in a while I get a little benefit. Bye-bye.